Good morning. Happy 4th of July. Today is 85 degrees this morning. Just trying to see how close Garmin is. Alright, today I had a challenging run. A little further, a little harder. Let's take a look. Alright, well, just over a day. I definitely kicked some butt, since normally I think we keep Tuesdays under a day. Alright, 4.26 total miles. Don't care about the average pace since I'm resting some time. Did I graduate? Oh yeah, look at that. I'm up to 53. Alright, getting back there. Alright. Played a little harder. Had some issues, but did my best to get through it. It's 5:32 this morning. There you go. See what my heart rate looked like from sleeping to terrible Tuesdays. Just kidding. And my steps for the day. Alright, time for my shower and then we'll catch up later.
Hey, good morning everybody. Happy 4th of July and welcome to week 7 of my 16-week marathon training program. And today is Tuesday, and today, as we know, are intervals. So with that said, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to try to really keep this short because I know it's the holiday. I know you guys got better things to do than probably watch YouTube videos. I got better things to do than make YouTube videos today. And so we're going to keep this short. And so, as always, shot of wheatgrass every day. No doctors, no girls. Keeps them both away. Ooh, that was kind of sweet. But not that sweet. Alright, today I really wanted to go ahead and really try to do 4 800-meter intervals. I'll confess, be it the 4th of July, and for those of you who have been following me since the beginning, this is the first holiday without my mom, so I'm definitely dealing with a lot of that. And so yeah, this morning I wasn't very motivated. I know we talked about motivation before, how sometimes just listening to your body is probably your body's way of telling you to take the day off. But today I knew it wasn't my body. I knew it was just my feelings, about my mom being gone and all that. So I did my best to get my head in gear. And so while I didn't do my 4 800 meters, I basically repeated last week, except I pushed harder, and then my recovery run afterwards I took out a little further. So you'll see that here in a little bit. Other than that, I'm happy with the results you saw this morning. It was 84. Excuse me. Garmin it was 85 per my phone with Google, and Garmin is starting to get their act together because you'll see here there's only a temperature difference. I'm willing to live with that. And then also you saw that I had rebounded back to my VO2 max of 53. So I'm happy to be back there. I've teetered on 54 a few times in the past. I've just never been able to hold on to it for any period of time, probably because my training wasn't consistently as intense. So that's definitely going to be my next goal, and we can go from there. Anyhow, let's go and begin. We'll try to keep this short today. So yes, you can see Garmin says 84. Happy camper there. I ran 4.26 miles compared to 3.5 miles last week. So basically, I ran almost another 3/4 of a mile. All together, last week was an average pace, including sitting around resting 3 minutes in between sets, was 9:53. Today was 9:33. So definitely picked up the pace there. As you see, I only did 2 again, but I will admit, my first one, I looked down at my watch because I had it set on pace, because that's obviously the goal. The goal was to run 4 times, basically 4 by 800s at a 6-minute pace. Try to keep that 6, but get two more intervals out of it. Clearly that didn't happen. My body just felt like running. So you'll see here. I'll pull it up here in a moment. My body thought apparently today was fartlek day because it took off like a jackrabbit. And I was breaking sub 5 on an 800 meter run, except I didn't hold it too long. So you'll see here, yes, my first, oh, hang on. So yeah, 0.6 of a mile, that's fine, warmed up. My first one out, I did get my distance corrected, so now I have fixed painted, I didn't paint them, but fixed painted reference points on the road I run to guarantee that I'll always hit my my half mile even as far as Garmin's concerned. So first one out, 5:51 was my average pace. I cruised along average moving pace, 5:49, real tight there. Here you'll see, boom, 4:57. I busted that hard, and we go up here. As we know, we enlarge these. We can see what's going on. We go to my, we go. Hey, stop that! Stop it! Why is it doing it? Fine. Oh, here we go. You do this, and you can. I won't do that at the bottom. But once I got going, I hit 5:16. Right, 5:04, right there, 4:57. So 4 seconds into it, I broke 5 minutes, and then basically kept under 5:10 till about here. And so we count this out, 9:41 to 9:27, and so basically for 14 seconds, I was doing within reason a sub 5:10 pace. A sub 5:10 pace on a goal of a 6-minute pace times 800 meters, that's overachieving. But as we see here, I didn't hold it, but for whatever reason, my body just felt like running. He had some energy worked off, and you could see I didn't do a whole lot to try to maintain any sort of 6-minute pace whatsoever. So I was definitely spending everything I had, which is fine. It's training. And so yeah, that was my first one while we're over here. Well, hang on. Then my second one, after my second one, I pulled 5:59, averaging a 5:53. I only peaked out at 5:29. Fine. As we know, last week I definitely faded during the second one. This time, kind of, yeah. So 5:34, and you can see cruising along the 5:40 range, comfortably doing well, no arguments there, and right, so 17:55. Oh, hang on, no, actually go further. There you go. So 18:05 into it is when I hit 6 for the first time, and 18:05, 18:33. So 27 seconds I was at 6-minute pace or above, and so that obviously didn't keep me at the sub 6 level, but still in the end it worked out. But it's nice to know that I was able to hang on to this speed longer and I didn't fade as hard. So I enjoyed that, knowing that. What else can we say? Let's bring this back up. Average cadence. Now you'll notice, interesting here. Although I was running faster, okay, here we go. My average cadence was 193, but over basically an 8-second difference overall. I definitely extended my cadence. So had this been shorter, could I maybe ran faster? Basically, because I look at cadence like your transmission, and that is, the longer your stride, the longer the gear, and the shorter the stride, the shorter the gear. And just like with our cars, although if you have an automatic, the car does this for you. But if you have a manual, you have to decide what's your optimal RPM range based on the given speed you're cruising at. Are you using a gear that you can still hit the accelerator with hard and pass if you need to, or are you in a longer gear to where you're getting maximum fuel economy, such as like you're cruising along on the freeway? And so with that, I asked myself, well, since my stride was definitely a little bit longer, for 8 seconds, I think this is a big number gap in my opinion. Had my stride been a little bit shorter, could I have brought this number down? Maybe, who knows? Other than that, what else I find interesting is that although my cadence was different, my stride length was the same number. Kind of interesting there, especially since altogether I was turning my legs over faster here than here, which is understandable. But over a period of just 8 seconds, this seems like what was it, the 5 strides per minute kind of thing. That seems kind of high, but maybe not. Anyhow, then again after my just over 3-minute recovery, I go ahead and sometimes, although I try to keep these about 3 tight, and you can see I don't really follow that too well as far as the recovery time. A lot of times it has to do with just traffic on the road. Although I know what I'm about to do, and I run to the side of the street, although I know what I'm about to do, I don't expect the cars to. Sometimes I just wait for them to pass so I can do my thing without them having to try to correct their driving habit for whatever reason. So I don't want them to have to think about me. I just want to worry about me, and I'll wait for them to pass. So that's why I don't always follow the whole 3-minute thing. But so coming back, my first half mile I was cruising along 7:21. Okay. Clearly this is a nice heart rate after after you rest. I stopped momentarily because of traffic crossing a major street, and then my next 2 miles consistently were 7:26 and then 7:28 and 7:14, cruising right along about the 171 range. So not too bad. I don't know how that happened, but not too bad overall. Fine. I expect that. You're doing crazy stuff with your heart. And real quick, how do these compare to last week? We'll just focus on these two that matter. And last week I was really trying to keep the 6-minute thing, but average moving pace was 5:50 compared to 5:58. Here, average moving pace was 5:49 compared to 5:53. So clearly on both times my average moving pace was a little faster. We look at heart rate, average 161, 166. Yes, they were higher this time compared to last time, where it was 162. So this one was 1 beat lower, but this was 3 beats higher. So that's kind of that. Something else I want to show you guys real quick, we'll wrap this up, is the training effect. So this week, because I definitely kicked some good butt, my training effect was 3.7. Last week was 3.3. So between pushing myself harder out of the gate, that 4:57 was kind of impressive, I will admit, and then of course running further at basically a cool down pace per se, that extra 3/4 of a mile, that may have also contributed to the training effect. But needless to say, I definitely got my VO2 max to come back up. That's the whole name of the game. And so although I didn't do this week what I wanted to do, I'm still happy with the results. And I know next week will be the end of phase 2. I'll probably just kind of stick with this program unless my body really feels like doing 4x800s. And then I may just go ahead and just totally spank it hard like I did this time, and just to see what I can do for 800 meters, period. So kind of play that out by ear. But needless to say, I think the results speak for themselves. Improvement is coming along, so I'm happy there. Anyhow, we're going to wrap this up for today. If you liked today's video, be certain to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I post a new video on my progress along my 16-week training program for my first sub-3-hour marathon. And as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, please post them below. I'll be happy to address them. And before I forget, Dean Karnazes. Last week, actually Saturday, I made a quote reference to a professional runner with regards to never judge a race until you cross the finish line. And remember that? And I couldn't think of the athlete's name. I thought about it this morning. Dean Karnazes. He's basically known as an ultramarathon runner. I think it was 2011 or 2010. I want to say 2010. He was out here. He ran the PF Chains Marathon along with me. Well, not next to me, but during we both ran the same race, and so he was kind of like the local. He was like the celebrity per se for that given race. So I remember him making that quote then. So that's what brings that up. So anyhow, I just wanted to give him credit where credit was due. And anyhow, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. You guys have yourself a fantastic 4th, and I'll see you on Thursday. Take care.